Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Today we're going to talk about me. I was talking about me a few episodes ago in talking about Dao. Dao is the field that produce me. Me is what we eat. Meat is what we end up purchase from grocery market nowadays. Now that we are kind of detached, removed from the farming agriculture lifestyle, so we don't really get to handle the Dao process, which is rice paddy, the rice field that grow rice, and we only get to see meat as the end product or the commodity that already packaged in your grocery market. Me is written in this almost like 8 strokes. So if you can almost view it as a pizza cut way. So you quarter it and you diagonally quarter it again. So it looks just like that, except that in Chinese, you've got to pay attention to the quarter, the horizontal vertical line, yeah, that's the quarter. But then the four supposedly rice grains in each of the quarter, two of them attached to the center of this cross, and the other two on the top, it's detached. So if you look at the 2000 years ago dictionary, all four grains are detached. So some are long grain rice, some are shorter grain. And my theory is why it signifies rice, because in ancient times, rice as a main staple of our diet was used as a tax form as well. The government would tax the farming population with their produce, their rice, and they're going to probably have different grade, just like nowadays we have different eggs in different grades. Ancient times, the rice would have different grade as well, and this quadrant used as the grading material structure that you're going to put different types of rice or different grade or different species, subspecies of rice into different quadrants. That's my theory, because of rice classification was critical as it tied with value, as it tied with how much tax you have to pay. All right, so mi, oftentimes when Chinese use mi, we kind of use it in the same way to visualize this pizza cut, this 8 pieces slicing technology, or the method of cutting something into 8 pieces or, with 米字. So we will instantly refer to the way this rice character was written, because then you can see this great line of this quadrant and quadrant again, this 8 pieces on this character. And actually, we say the British national flag with 米字旗 because the British flag, if you recall, it looks like just like this cross and then diagonal cross again, and that shape is overlapping with how rice was written. Anyways, 过桥米线 is a famous regional food from Yunnan province, and Yunnan is the border province, border with Laos, with probably Myanmar and all that south east part of China. It's highly humid. No, I'm not sure if it's humid actually. It's highly biodiverse because it's mountainous and it's a kind of close to tropical climate. And this particular cuisine, 过桥米线, or a famous dish, was said to have 300 years old history. So somebody came up with this way of eating, of dining, of having a soup. We call it a base soup. That's made of like a chicken soup or pork stew. Then you use that base, gradually add ingredients to it. So you're kind of cooking it while you're eating it, almost like a hot pot. But it got this a slight variation. With the soup base, they're going to put, I guess, meat pieces or what is it called? Quail eggs. something like spams, quail eggs, vegetables, and lastly, you're going to have this rice noodle. We call it 米线, rice thread. I guess probably because the form of the rice noodle is pretty thin, so we call it a thread. And we have this rice noodle last in it, so it forms a rice noodle soup that's made right before you're eating. So it's not stale in any way, and you can enjoy the hot pot soup highly diverse ingredients. You can kind of make up your ingredients as you go, and you're cooking it, eating it as you're making it. And the 过桥, we call it cross the bridge, probably from how this procedure of cooking slice dining experience was created, that you're going to have your uncooked ingredients next to this whole pot of soup, and then you're going to add one by one gradually to complete this crossing the bridge from the raw to the cooked, this bridge of food transformation, so that you can enjoy it as they are crossing that bridge. All right, 糙米 I translate as a rough rice. Actually, it means brown rice. So it's not highly processed rice. It still contains lots of nutrition in it, and Chinese call it 糙米. And you can see this 糙 concept actually is made with 米, and 造 is the sound maker on the other side. Like together, it means it's a rough form. It's not refined, not exquisite. It's the other other end. 米珠新贵, 米, this rice, came with the price tag of pearls, and 新, this firewood, came with the price tag of cinnamon, a spice. So pearls are, I guess, considered part of the not precious stone. Not really. It grew from different sources, but it's nonetheless precious. It belonged to a jewelry store, right? And if rice carry the price tag of a pearl, that means super inflation. So 珠, 米珠 means rice comparable to the pearl price, and 新贵 firewood comparable to the cinnamon price. Both staple items in life became so pricey. It became like a carry the luxury goods price, like cinnamons as a spice. It's going to be going to be expensive, right? And if your firewood, your everyday use in mass quantities, you're going to pay as if it's a spice. They're going to use tiny little bit of cooking in your cooking, that kind of price. And then that means it's unaffordable. Things are getting too expensive. So I guess after the COVID years, when things are getting inflated, we can totally use this expression to show nowadays the market is 米珠新贵. All right. So there we go. Rice. Thank you for your time. See you another day.